For this step, we're going to be making the center waistband piece. So you'll need your 3 long rectangles. At this point, you should have taken the 2 tie ends and made a pointed end at one end of each of those pieces. And now what you'll be doing is you'll take your center piece, that's the piece that's still a rectangle, and you will lay your tie ends right sides together. So I'm going to turn this one right sides together with the center, and I'm going to match up the straight end. So I'm going to match up right here. So I have right sides together, match up along the straight end. Okay, and then all I need to do is I need to sew a 5/8 seam right down here. Getting ready to sew my 5/8 seam, but what I want to do first is make sure that I have my sewing machine back at a tension of a 4, stitch length of 2.5. What I've done is I've laid my centerpiece and my tie end, I've laid them right sides together, and on the flat end, so the side of the tie end that's not pointy, I've matched up the 2 ends. I'm going to line up over here with the 5/8. I'm going to drop my needle, drop my presser foot. I am going to back stitch for this part, so I'm going to reverse, and then I will stitch across. Okay, and that's it. So we've just sewn the centerpiece and one of the tie ends together. There's a seam right here that those were attached with a 5/8 seam allowance. So now what I need to do is I need to locate that center section again. This is going to be the main waistband part, and I need to take my other tie end and I'm going to lay it right sides together, matching up the end. Okay, so matching up the end right here, and I'm going to do this same thing here. If you didn't see that, let me pull that down a little further. Right here's the end I'm getting ready to sew. So I have right sides together, and basically what I'm going to end up with is one really long waistband piece. Alright, so I just laid these 2 pieces right sides together. This is my second tie end and the center piece. I'm going to line up with the 5/8. Drop my needle, drop my presser foot. I'm going to stitch forward a few, first to the end, and once I am done sewing this line, I have made my entire waistband, and it is one long piece, so there's no way I'll be able to show the whole thing at once in a video, but this is what you should have. You've got one end that has a point, that's your tie end. You keep going on down here, and eventually you come to a seam, and then you keep going that center waistband part, you'll come to a second seam, and then finally to the other pointed end. And that's it. So it's a really long piece.